Good morning and welcome to our first day of online school. Now, we understand this is a learning curve for everyone, so just hang in there and we will figure things out, okay? Since it's been a while since we sat down together, I wanted to start by going over 11.1 homework and kind of refreshing on what we're doing. So, what I have here up on the screen are the answers to the 11.1 homework. I think we did 1 through 15 odd. Okay? So they're there for you if you want to stop the video and look at all your answers. But I want to walk through them on the next page. Okay? So the first expression says, translate expressions with rational exponents into radical. All right? So we're going to go from rational into radical. Remember, rational means fractional exponents, right? Into radical expressions, the roots, okay? Then we'll simplify where possible. Okay, let's look at the next screen. So the first one, if we translate it, could be written two different ways. Remember, this is our exponent, this is our root. So it could be 64 to the 5th power, and we take the 3rd root of it, or 64 the 3rd root of it to the 5th power. So which of those makes more sense to do if we're trying to figure it out in our head without using our calculator? This one wins right there. So we can easily figure out, well, once we get more practice with these, we can easily figure out the 3rd root of 64. It's 4, right? 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64. So this becomes 4 to the 5th. And this, yeah, maybe now you want to put it in your calculator. You get this answer. Okay? This next one, we can write it two ways again, right? Negative 512 squared and the 3rd root of that, or the 3rd root of negative 512 and that squared. And which one wins? This one. This one's the easier one to do. So again, as you do more practice with these will be doable in your head. But right now you have to kind of get some practice with them. But this, the 3rd root of negative 512 is 8. Negative 8. So that's negative 8 then squared, which is 64. Okay? Let's look at number 5. Number 5 says we can either raise everything to the 5th power and take the 6th root, or we can take the 6th root and raise everything to the 5th power. And in this case, the negative sits on the outside. It's not inside, so we're going to leave it out there. So we're going to take I'm going to do it like this. 729 over 64. We're going to take the 6th root of it and then raise it to the 5th. Again, the 6th root you may not know here. I don't think I'd know the 6th root of 729 off the top of my head, but the 6th root of 64 is a little easier. So this is what we have. Okay, still the negatives on the outside. Don't lose it. And then if we go ahead and calculate 3 to the 5th over 2 to the 5th, it's negative 243 over 32. Okay, number 7 brought something to our attention. You have to remember that the exponent only affects the thing it touches. Unless it touches a parenthesis like this one did, and then it affects everything inside. So here, the V is just going along for the ride, isn't it? So V, I could write this two different ways. I could say the 3rd root of W squared, or V, the 3rd root of W squared, right? Okay, let's look back at the instructions on the second set. Now it says take the radical and turn them into rational. And if they're numbers, maybe we can simplify them. Okay. So again, if we have a fractional exponent, actually I should write it like this. We know that the exponent for whatever is in the numerator, the roots in the denominator. So this thing becomes y to the 5 over 7. Right? Okay. This one becomes 3 to the 15 over 3. Well, what does that simplify to? 3 to the 5th, which equals 243. Now notice, everything here is included with the exponent and the root, isn't it? So this, BCD to the 4 over 6. You need these parentheses. Well, that can be simplified to BCD to the 2 over 3, right? Okay, this one is going to be 32 to the 2 over 5. Well, the fifth root of 32 is simply 2, so 2 squared equals 4. So this is our 11.1 homework. I'm going to keep this separate from the 11.2 so I don't go over some time values on my videos. So take a look at this and then email me if you have questions, and we'll set up an online time where we can go through any questions. All right, thanks.